Hi, I'm Charlie Borland and welcome to the studio. Thanks for joining us for this brief introduction to portrait lighting. No matter what type of portraiture you choose to do, one of your first considerations should be what's the best equipment for getting good portraits. I like using monolights in the studio and on location. Here I have the Flashpoint 620. These are from Adorama. They're great lights, they're lightweight, they pack easy, and they have a lot of versatile features. Let's set up for a portrait. That's great, Courtney. I'm going to go ahead and have you slide your hands up to your hips a little bit to raise your shoulders up, son. Perfect. Okay, let's add our lighting. And I'm going to start with the key light, a Flashpoint 620 and a silver white umbrella. I'm going to place this 45 degrees from the camera. What the purpose of the key light is to create a highlight side to the face and a shadow side to the face. With this light in place, let's go ahead and take a picture and see what that looks like. Now, as you can see the result of the key light, there's one nicely lit side of the face, the other side falls deeply into shadow. So as you saw in that photograph, this side of the face was nice and bright, but this side of the face went dark. So we're going to brighten that up by adding a fill light. I'm moving another Flashpoint 620 in right next to the camera. I'm going to set the power on this at -1 stop from the key light. That means this will be a little bit darker than the key light. It will nicely fill in the shadow on the shadow side of her face. In addition, you don't want your fill light to ever create its own highlights and shadows. That's why you place it right next to the camera. Now we're set. Let's take another picture. So now you can see in this second photograph how nicely the light wraps around her face. There's not a lot of contrast. There's great detail on the highlight side and there's great detail on the shadow side. But there's still some things missing. What about the background? It's kind of dark. Well, let's set up a background light and I'll show you how. So I like to have my subjects about 10 feet from the background. Then directly behind them I place a background light. Ideally, I think the background light works best when it's about 3 feet from the background. I turn the modeling light on and I look for a nice circular glow on the background itself. When I take the picture or look through the camera, what I want to see is that circular glow right behind Courtney. So let's take another picture and see how it looks. Okay, Courtney, big smile. Now in this third picture, you can see the benefits of a background light. Much more visual depth to the photograph. Again, you can see the nice key and fill. It's making for a great portrait. But we're not done yet. We're going to add one more light, and it's the hair light. For our hair light, we're going to use another Flashpoint strobe on a boom. I'm going to attach a snoot. The idea of the snoot is to narrow the beam of light. For a hair light, we can narrow it even more by using a small grid that goes over the front of the snoot. Then attach it to the strobe head and we're ready to go. The idea of the hair light is to skim a little faint highlight right across Courtney's hair. Next we'll go ahead and raise the hair light up above and behind Courtney and then point the snoot at the top of her head so that it creates a nice skimming highlight right across her hair. So let's take another picture. Okay, Courtney, another great smile. Perfect. You can see in this final photo the benefits of 4 lights. The key light, the fill light, the background light, and the hair light. They all make for a great portrait of Courtney.